John Hill, this curmudgeon motherfucker.
Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by now. Here's JP.
All right, welcome into it's a football Friday. It is a football Friday. As long as we can keep them going, we're going to keep them going. That's for goddamn sure. Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the JP Peterson Show. We thank you so much for joining us as your only independent Tampa Bay sports talk show. Each and every day, we do this for 2 hours, and our award-winning guests and hosts here, like this man to my right, I guess. I don't know. I'm facing the maybe my left.
You're right.
I don't know.
Camera right.
Good morning, Timm Hamm, IndyCarTim. How are you, buddy?
Freezing my arse off. Went to bed last night with the high of the day at about 11:30 p.m. Central Time. It was 50 degrees. Woke up 6 o'clock a.m. Central Time to 36 degrees and a brisk northerly wind and drizzle. And it looks miserable. The school, woke up to a text from the school district. We're letting the kids out early today. And so
why are they even going? That's
couldn't
silly.
go to the studio and like, I got to pick them up, way earlier than and no bus service.
So this is the big mistake they made in Snowmageddon in Atlanta back in 2014, I believe it was. Which SNL did one of the greatest parody skits ever. Have you ever seen that? They bring on this old Colonel Sanders looking mofo. Like, higgledy-piggledy, we had no idea what was going on in the snow. It was, and they let everybody go to school and go to work, even though they knew the snow was coming at noon. Yeah, everybody come in, and then, maybe we'll send you home. It's coming at noon. Everybody knew it. It's all over the news. It's coming. The snow is coming to Atlanta. So send everybody to school, everybody to work, and then at noon went, oh, snow's here. Everybody go home at the same time. And then at the same time, we're going to put our snow trucks that we never use and just borrowed from Utah, and we're going to put those out on the road at the same time to salt the roads. Well, guess what? If everybody's on the road, you can't salt the road.
You can't salt the roads. Rookies.
When there's gridlock, because you morons let everybody out at noon. Oh, so that's what you got to look forward to. So good luck with that. I'll be here playing golf today in 72-degree weather, and it's beautiful sunshine. So there, the rest of the country. Bite me. Listen, it's a dangerous storm that's moving in, and we pray all of you guys are batting down the hatches, and it's probably going to be you may not have power for a while, partner. So hope you got that generator I sent to you a couple months ago, and it's all plugged in and ready to go.
No, you know what? I didn't get a generator, but I did get a mystery package yesterday.
Oh, well, that's it. That's what it is. It's a generator.
And so I've got one of these 8, and I don't know how things are in Florida. In Texas, we inexplicably put the piece of machinery most responsible for cooling our house in the hottest part of our house in the attic. All right, our HVAC systems are in our attics here.
Right. Same.
So, I got to go up there to change my filter. Well, thankfully, I have these what's called media filters, the big, thick 5-inch ones, and it's a 16 by 25, and it's 5 inches, and they're good for 3 months. Well, you know what I'm not good at doing, JP? Remembering to change my air filter every 3 months. So I go, every time I remember it, I'm like, dude, it's probably been 9 months, right? So
and you got to go up in the attic and do it, and the spiders, and
I hate. And I used to work at attics. I used to do energy audits for homes, dude, and I hated it then. I hate it even more now that I'm too old to climb that ladder. So every time I change the filter, I start noticing dust in the house. I'm like, crap, filter, right? And that's been going on as long as I've been in this house for 6 years now. And yesterday, and everyone knows this about me. Like, everyone knows that I forget to do. Everyone that comes over is like, dude, you need to change your filter. I can just tell by the air. I'm like, come on. Yesterday,
going over to stanky ass, dusty ass Tim's house.
Yeah, we're not going to Tim's house. And these things are like $40 a piece, the filters.
Those are serious filters.
Yesterday, I get a mystery package addressed to me, but I know it's not me that ordered it because it's Tim with one M. So, obviously I don't spell my name wrong when I address things to myself. It is a pack of 4 media filters for my air conditioning system. Like, it's a year's worth.
Yeah.
No return address. It was ordered from Amazon. It's like, when you send something from Amazon as a gift, they don't put an order number on it. They don't do anything. So I have no idea who sent me this year's supply.
You're welcome.
So okay, but what I really need, whoever's watching that sent this to me, I also need you to come and install them for me whenever that time comes 4 times a year. Please, I'm going to need you to do that too.
Just like, I'm not grateful. I need more. So that's the message.
I don't know where they came from. So whoever it was, I'm sure you're watching. Thank you very much. It is much appreciated.
All right. So we have an interesting show for you today. Lots to get to. Dante Marchitelli is going to join us at 11:30 from the Orlando Magic as we are promoting the Orlando Magic being on MOR TV on Saturday night, 7 o'clock against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and said, you know what? They're getting better. I really want to start talking more Orlando Magic. They got a good young team, and they're exciting to watch. I find myself watching more and more Magic basketball these days. And so we're going to, if you guys like it, we're going to keep doing this as much as we can because I want to kind of get into it. Also, my bigger goal is kind of to bring some unity not only to Tampa Bay and St. Petersburg, but to Orlando as well, and not make us, arch enemies, which we don't really
bitter enemies.
Orlando versus Tampa. Well, we used to have a great rivalry in arena football. Like the war on I-4 was real. That was, Jay Gruden versus Tim Markham was our longtime coach, this huge personality, old Texas coach. He was just the best. And they had Jay Gruden, and it was, it was like big time. And we're talking, it was filling Amalie Arena of 20,000 people. It was filling the old Amway Center, whatever the hell the other Orlando one was. It was a big deal.
The arena.
And then when UCF and USF were in the same conference, there was another war on I-4, and that was a bitter rivalry between UCF and USF, which is now gone, which sucks, absolutely sucks. We need to bring that back. So, there's always been kind of a competition, but I think in order to support our pro sports, we don't need to be, pilfering our baseball team. And I'm going to get to that. There's a lot going on with that. And, I just still marvel at the amount of misinformation that I read on a daily basis in the paper all the time. And once again, another nasty negative column from the Tampa Bay Times, which you guys are already commenting on. Their obsession with hating Tampa is real. It's one of the reasons they're going bankrupt. They bought the Tampa Tribune many, many years ago and shut it down because they didn't want any competition. And it's just it's so transparent that everybody sees it. It's just not really the misinformation is there. You want to write things and all that stuff, but the misinformation is just off the charts. It always has been. And we just, we have to battle that. We got to battle that negativity. And we'll get into some of that today. Also, we got Zac Robinson, and we talked a lot about this yesterday, but I think it's good to revisit some of the things that have come up in the last 24 hours. Where's he going with his assistant coaches? And what's his philosophy going to be? What's it going to look like? We had Dave Archer yesterday on, who is the Atlanta Falcons radio analyst and former NFL quarterback. If you missed that, it's a must listen. It's an absolute must listen because he takes you through a lot of the machinations of how he calls plays, his strengths and weaknesses. I mean, Bijan Robinson led the league in yards from scrimmage. If you want to, and I hear a lot of criticisms about Zac Robinson, and I'm not here to say that he's the number one choice, but as I said weeks ago, he's as close to Liam Cohen as you're going to get. And you all loved Liam Cohen. And he has experience calling plays in this league, 2 years in this division. Baker likes him. Baker knows him. There's a lot of similarity here. And I think he did an admirable job in Atlanta. I don't know what everybody's hating on, to be honest with you. Now, there's the red zone offense was not good. And that's where play callers really kind of make their hay. He's got to work on that. There's no question about it. But different personnel will allow you to do different things. So I'm excited to see what this is going to look like. And again, even as Zac Robinson as the offensive coordinator, and we're here to tell you that that's still not the biggest problem the Bucs have. If you're thinking the offensive side of the ball is the problem, you're completely wrong. Because despite the firings that have happened on the defensive side, the core of the brain trust remains. And he's also the head coach who constantly mismanages games. And none of that's going to change. So we can, if you want to bitch and moan and bellyache that you didn't get your Mike McDaniels, which I don't think honestly would have been a bigger upgrade on Zac Robinson. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm crazy. I look at the numbers from Mike McDaniel's offensive last 2 years, especially. I'm not impressed. Not impressed at all. And I don't think he would have been a cultural fit here. And I don't think he would have been a fit with Baker.
You just don't like his pants.
I don't like his pants. I admit that. Yes. Wholeheartedly. I miss it.
I feel like you're pulling a Timm here.
Yeah. And if you're wearing sunglasses inside, I got questions. I got questions.
Me too. I do too.
Yeah. Yeah. Macron. What are you hiding? What are you hiding behind those aviators, Macron?
Yeah. Is this a hungover issue or are you still stoned? There's
a reason you're doing it. You don't just to look like a jackass. I don't know. I don't get it. But anyway, so yeah, I'm not crying over that deal. Todd Monken, I think, yeah. Todd Monken would he be a better choice than Zac Robinson? Yeah, but marginally. Here's the secret sauce, folks. Everybody runs the same plays in this league. They all copycat. This is the offseason now. They're all going to go look at everybody else's plays and bring them into their playbook. They all run the same plays. The magic in it is the sequencing and the setting up and the play calling. And that's why when you have a first-time play caller, you're in trouble. And that's what Josh Grizzard was last year. It was a learning experience for him. And I thought he did okay. Clearly a scapegoat in the firing process. But I think Zac Robinson is an upgrade from Josh Grizzard. Not a tremendous one, but an upgrade because he's got 2 years of calling plays under his belt. And by the way, I would have been fine with bringing Grizzard back as well. Did you massively upgrade? Probably not.
I feel like you're in the minority with that opinion, by the way.
Oh, bringing Josh back?
Yeah, I don't think that would have been a very popular move.
I don't think it's the end that he was fired. I think Zach is a slight upgrade. But again, it's so much of it is about the health of your team, how you react to that, how you react within games, how you react within a season to turn things around and kind of morph from week to week. You can't stay the same. And that's something I think Grizzard did a little bit. But I also think Bowles was starting to meddle the second half of the season too. I think that's proven. That's a proven thing. So, and when you have a defense coordinator, head coach that starts meddling into what you're doing, you screw up the whole flow of what you're doing. So let's hope that they don't do that this year. Let's hope Todd just stays on his side of the ball.
And we're dealing with the same thing here in Dallas now. Although we are addressing the side of the ball that killed us last year in defense, of course, with Eberflus getting fired. The Cowboys hired Christian Parker yesterday as their new DC.
Yeah.
After a lot of speculation by me that the Cowboys were going to go with an older, experienced guy who had play calling experience on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
And of course, Jim Leonard was the pick. Everybody wanted Jim Leonard here. Jim Leonard's still coaching, right? I mean, they got games this weekend to go to the Super Bowl. And I feel like Brian Schottenheimer didn't want to wait. And I feel like, Christian Parker, again, unproven, 34 years old, has never called plays, obviously. And that's kind of the only really red flag that I see here with him is that he's never called plays. He comes from the Vic Fangio tree, though, too. So, man, I'm all on board with the hire. And any young guy that you get, look at Robinson in Tampa. He's got more experience on the offensive side of the ball than Christian Parker does on the defensive side of the ball. But is it better to have a guy with a body of work that maybe he's kind of failed at, or have a new guy that's never succeeded or failed? Like, I don't know. But
I'll take the experienced guy, obviously.
I think too. I think so too. But the question is he the guy that, if you want a younger guy, which is the trend, JP, we talk about it all the time. The younger guy is the next phenom. Finding him is the trend in the NFL, and that's where every franchise wants to go. And it's a bit of a safe space because, well, I say that. This isn't always the case in Tampa. You're probably not going to get a guy that's one and done to go to be a head coach. Now, I understand how that's worked out in Tampa. That doesn't mean that's the norm, right? So look, I'm great with the hire. I have no issue with the hire whatsoever. I think it was the right fit, but as you said, doesn't really solve the problems that the team had last year.
Right.
Because the guy that's the problem is still there.
Right. Exactly. And that's going to be and that's the problem. It's been so long, and so we're just fatigued. It's Bowles fatigue at this point. And I mean, and you've seen obviously coaches that have much better records get fired this offseason. Sorry, I got allergies this morning.
The weather change. Yep.
Lordy. I'm trying not to have a 12 sneeze attack here on the airs, but it just might happen.
That's
it's never happened. I don't think I've ever had one of those, but they're not pretty. Actually, kind of funny. But yeah, it's just, and that's going to be the fatigue of the entire offseason. I think we already have a comment in here. It's like, yeah, great about Zac, but that's not the side of the team that we still have this issue with our defense. So yeah, but listen, I think Zac's a good hire. Evidently they called him back from the airport and brought him back and sat him down and made sure that he didn't get out of town.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I hadn't heard that.
Yeah. That was, I think Rick Stroud had that story. And that, that kind of hits you like, okay, so you guys weren't sure when he was there. You didn't huddle up and, give him the old, okay, we're going to go in the other room, talk to my manager and see if I can get this deal done.
You'll talk to my finance guy.
See if we get this payment down a little bit.
See if we can get you some free running boards on that truck.
Yeah. I'll be right back. I'm working for you, not my commission.
We're on the same team, man. We're on
the same team. The manager's tough, but I'm working for you.
God, I hate that guy.
Get that good cop, bad cop shit out of here. And then the manager comes in. Oh, man, you guys are beating us up on this one.
Man, you wore me down. I'm not making anything on this deal.
I get anything on it. I'm giving this away, man. Yeah, that's how we built this huge dealership with gold-plated rims on my pens.
I'm not making any money.
I'm not making anything on this one. Oh, my God. Jeez, you guys are killing me on this one, Grandma.
I'm going to get fired over this.
Hey, we're brought to you by Genesis of Tampa, where they don't do that shit.
I was waiting for that. Teed that one up for you, didn't we?
Yes. That's coming in the live read. So they brought him back and they signed him and they didn't let him get out the door, which I think is smart because there you go. Which I think is smart because we're winding down here and there's still a lot of vacancies that need to be filled and OC positions that need to be filled. So he was going to get snatched up pretty quick. So I think this is a good move by the Buccaneers. He was the best of what was left. But I don't even like to put it that way. I want to give the guy a much bigger runway here. I think he can. As he gets better as a play caller. Those first 2 years were really good. Top six passing attacks. There's, as Dave said yesterday, we struggled in the red zone. We really struggled in the red zone. Falcons, I'm talking about. So that's an area that they got to work on. All right, so let's get to work. Different personnel. Let's get to work. But again, he made Bijan Robinson the highest yards from scrimmage back in the game this year. And he's working with two different quarterbacks, two totally different styles, one under center, one in the pistol. I mean, there was a lot of shit going on there.
One born in the 2000s, one born in the 1900s.
Yeah. I mean, we're two totally different models that we're working with here. Listen, I think understand that Bucs Nation is not all down with this, but I think you need to chill a little bit. And I think, honestly, I don't think it's about Zac as much as it is about Bowles. Everybody is just still kind of bummed. And we're just going to have to live with that. And, until Sean McDermott gets hired, I'll have my hopes and dreams that maybe something will change, but it's not going to. I get it. All right. So that's, and by the way, Jesse Minter, hired by the Ravens. It's a curious hire. I mean, you want to move on from Don Harbaugh and you're kind of bringing the guy back that will work for you as a defensive assistant, which I think familiarity is good. But if you were tired of the stale message, then why are you bringing back a protege? And he was just working for Jim Harbaugh, and those guys pretty much do the same stuff. So,
dude, to me, Jesse Minter is a freaking carbon copy, 20 years younger than John Hart, what you just got rid of.
Right.
But, if you believe in the system that Harbaugh was running and you just think the voice got stale, then it's a good hire if that's what the direction you're going.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. The whole, again, I don't understand getting rid of Harbaugh. I don't know what Eric DeCosta, I don't know if this was the DeCosta thing or if it was an ownership thing with Steve Bisciotti. I don't know whose decision that was.
A Lamar thing.
Who may not even be there. I mean, come on.
Well, I mean, all these stories about Lamar and video games and falling asleep in meetings. I mean, I trust those to be true.
Sure.
Those
don't get made up very often.
Those were well-sourced reports from very good reporter. So, I mean, was there a rift? And then you have to choose between the coach and your two-time MVP quarterback. It's always going to be the quarterback. That's always the way that's going to be.
Yeah.
But, does the rest of the team, so we had to fire our head coach because our quarterback can't get up in time and plays too many video games? I mean, that seems like it's a fracture there. There's a fracture there. So, good luck
maybe
to them.
Lamar Jackson, and I'm just, obviously spitballing here, but it would not put it past me for Lamar Jackson to have gone to management and said, I'm a free agent coming up. And I'll tell you right now, I would be more likely to re-sign with you guys if Mr. Harbaugh was not the head coach.
Yeah.
Without promising to sign. Now, he's not saying, y'all get rid of John and I'm back.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to say that, but he might say, I might be more inclined. Because, he represents himself. He does not have an agent. His mom represents him.
Yeah.
So, he might be, we might be willing to talk numbers a little bit more with you guys if there's a different voice in my head here on the sideline.
Interesting.
Such a knee-jerk thing. But I would not put it past Lamar Jackson to pull one of those.
Well, if he wants softer practices and to show up late, come to Tampa. What are you doing? Yo, come on, bro.
Because I guarantee you John Harbaugh is not running soft practices.
No. Come here. We don't even practice here. We just walk through, bro. Come on. It's perfect for you. Yeah.
Oh, for the love of God.
Come on down. You and Todd, yeah. Yeah, you guys get along great. Don't worry about it.
Look, boys, I know it's the first practice of the offseason. We're doing walkthroughs. You know what? We're not going to talk football today. I've hidden a number of eggs around the practice facility. It's going to be offense versus defense. Who can find the most eggs? Ready, set, go.
Oh, and you get Christmases off. You play for the Bucs.
What's he going to do when they have to play on Christmas?
Oh, no, we can't do that. We have Christmas off here.
Because that's a thing now, right?
Yeah.
Christmas football.
Yeah. We get Christmas. Don't schedule the Bucs because we don't work on Christmas.
I think they sent a memo to the league. Yeah, hey, don't schedule us on Christmas.
Yeah. No, Todd doesn't work on Christmas. We take that day off. That's right. But you're playing for the playoffs. You're one more way.
Yeah, we'll wait till the weekend.
Stay home with the fam. Come on.
I got to put these eggs.
We come in for 2-3 hours. Just do a practice. No. Why come in for 2-3 hours? What are we going to get done? We're just going to walk around again. They went, come on, have some fun. We got this. Look how well we're executing, especially on defense. We don't need to practice. Everybody knows what they're doing. Look, it's flawless. Yeah. If the goal is to have every wide receiver wide open, we're doing a hell of a job. Fantastic.
Mission accomplished.
Yes, mission accomplished 100%. All right, so the Lightning are in Chicago. The Lightning are in Chicago, where the high today is -2. -2. I haven't even actually checked that. That was the forecast. Let's check Chicago weather right now. What do we got? And luckily, they're an outdoor game
to live there. I don't know why.
It's my son.
I know. Like, why?
It's not Florida. It's not hot as hell in Florida. So I guess that's why. So Lightning going for 15-0-1 tonight. They got the Blackhawks and Columbus, who are towards the bottom of a boat. They're not really great teams. This team could get to 17-0-1 or seems
like that's too much.
By the way, the ice is going down at the stadium. They're building the tent. The rink is being assembled. We're 10 days away.
How are we going to watch hockey if it's covered by a tent?
Well, they're going to roll the tent away.
They're going to have to leave it up the entire time, I guarantee you.
They built it in Texas,
I know.
Yeah. So
we didn't need it. It was cold.
So they used to roll it away about 6 hours before the game. They were going to bring the helicopter in and pull it off, but
like OSHA might have an issue with that.
Yeah, that's it. But the drone tarp, I'm trying to tell you guys, drone tarp, baby.
Lots of applications for drone tarp, by the way.
Oh, we got to get an engineer on. What do we need? An aeronautics engineer?
I don't think so. That's aerodynamic. It doesn't have to be aerodynamic, right?
Yeah. You know what I'll do? I'll call
the mechanical engineer.
I'll call like Caltech or MIT, and I'll say, hey, I've been floating this thing, and I want you guys to build it for me, like in class, the drone tarp.
Oh, yeah, a mock-up,
a
model.
Yeah, get them MIT. And my dad and my grandpa graduated from Caltech, so I'll call them. I'll call them first because they're
your legacy.
They're mortal enemies with MIT.
Oh, they are.
Yes. Yeah, you were talking about rivalry. It doesn't get any bigger than that.
It's like Notre Dame and
MIT
USC.
Caltech. Ooh, yeah. There actually is a great history to those two schools pranking each other all the time and different things. Real nerdy pranks, too. Real nerdy pranks. But anyway. All right, so let's get to the other big topic of conversation, and that's shocking development, Timmy, the Rays Stadium. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to come back on the other side, and we're going to get to the latest misinformation and silliness going on so we can get to the bottom of this. And I think we did a good job of kind of explaining what's coming in regards to the financing, but we'll kind of hit it again. We are brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. That's right. They don't do all those manager shenanigans and all that crazy stuff. They're just honest folks trying to get you a great deal and sell you a fantastic car. And I know you're like, yeah. Our car dealerships say that, but I know Mike Murphy. We're in his building right here at Kingmakers of Tampa, and we've seen the great community work that he has done. And they just started this dealership about a year ago, and they have already been killing it. And the other Genesis dealerships are like, what's going on over there? Well, they're making great deals and fair deals and trying to recapture the market and your trust. And they're doing a hell of a job. So go on out there. Genesis of Tampa. There's always cool stuff going on there. Do a test drive this weekend. You get a chance to win a $2,500 gas card for a year. So that's pretty cool. And they've got great lease specials going on. Prices on the Genesis of Tampa cars, the GV70, GV80. Take a test drive. Great folks at Genesis of Tampa. Back in 3 with your comments. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience Advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our Fanstream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. It's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour, as well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced, generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucs play. We'll see you there. Hey, kick off the new year by impressing her with a real diamond, a natural diamond, from Golden Diamond Source. Don't start with a fake diamond, guys. That's a really, really bad idea. And if you're ready to pop the question, find the perfect engagement ring at the Golden Diamond Source, just like I did, just like Nick did. It is the best selection, the best staff, the best everything. And discover the new Emily collection by Emily Johnson Weintraub, a sleek and modern jewelry line that makes everyday gifts absolutely extraordinary. And by the way, gold prices have never been higher, so turn that old unused gold into cash or a stunning new piece. Just take it on down to the Golden Diamond Source and trade it in. Lots to get done at the Golden Diamond Source this new year. Start with an engagement ring from the greatest, the Golden Diamond Source. 3800 Alberton Road, always online at the Golden Diamond Source.
It's a love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson show here as we roll on this Friday. Championship games coming up. We'll get into those here in just a little bit. And we'll talk some Rays and Lightning as well. And anything you guys want to bring to the table. We're brought to you by the great folks at Riveters. Riveters is a fantastic place to go to watch your Lightning game tonight. That's what's on tonight, Friday night. It's the Lightning at Chicago. That's going to be an ESPN game too tonight. So big national TV audience. Everybody's starting to talk about the Lightning. So head on over to Riveters for a happy hour. First, it's a Friday. You got to go over there. Starts at 3 o'clock. Get it there at 3 o'clock. Get your upfront seat right there. Start banging away on those beautiful hazy IPAs. Oh, man, that's fantastic. I love that. Have some chicken wings. Start your weekend off right. Oh, Riveters, Tampa. You know where to go, folks. Just north of 275, just south of the stadium, always where you go to pregame for any event at Raymond James Stadium. All right. I get to some comments here. And basically, yesterday or a couple days ago, I think Hagan, I talked to him the other night at the Lightning game, and I said, hey, you want to come on the show? And he's like, we really don't have much new stuff to talk about. I'm like, nothing really new has happened. All this stuff that's going on, by the way, you know, even the vote at HCC, we told you a month ago that was the spot and it was going to be unanimous, you know, so that really wasn't, as you know, I know we treat this like this another huge development. That was already done, and we told you about it. There's nothing new that came out of that interview. We told, you know, you got guys right here in the chat saying the same thing. Danny Boy says Hagan's interview with DAE was stuff we knew about back in October when he was on the show. It was a total rehash. Danny Boy said, good morning, all. Saw Brody a video this morning regarding Orlando being a threat again. All his video says was rehashed info that you had talked about already. Hagan's interview with DAE was rehashed as well. Yeah, you know, it's funny, and I love Brody. I've been on his show. We need to get him on our show. I'm just fascinated how this dude gets so many subscribers and so many views about Tampa stuff. I'm like jealous. I think
it's just his show in general. I mean, he, you know, because he talks about everything everywhere, right? And
yeah. And he has great production value, and he's
production's amazing. Yeah,
he's really easy to listen to. And you know, but none of it's really new reporting. It's all rehashing other people's stuff. So, and he's brilliant. He's brilliant at it. He's fantastic. But it is all rehashed information. When it comes out, I always get these notifications. Oh, Brody's got a new video. I'm like, well, yeah, most of it's what we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks. So I'm not really, time. don't have a lot of time these days.
Yeah.
But it is, I watched some of it last night. And he's got the telestrator and it all looks good. One of the things he talked about was, are the Rays and the Bucs adversaries? And he readily admits he has no information on that, no credible information that something like that is happening. The Bucs did put out a very weird statement the other day, basically saying, yeah, we're aware of it and we're interested to learn what it's all about. But there hasn't been any. The Glazers they kind of act a little weird. They do things differently, and typically they should be involved in this as they're right next door, obviously now. What happens there is going to affect what happens with them. So, and trust me, Hillsborough County would love to know what the Bucs plans are, but they can't force them to come to them and say, here's what we're doing. And this is what we need now. It's almost like their strategy is, all right, we'll let the Lightning got their deal. We're going to let the Rays get their deal. And then we'll come in and ask for what we want. They don't seem to be too concerned about it. There's no, they're not putting down their foot and like, hey, before the Rays get theirs, what about ours? They're not, which is strange. And Ken is like, yeah, we're waiting for them. And everybody's like, yeah, we're waiting to hear what they want. What's their plan? Even the stuff that came out earlier this year was leaked out, that they want to build a big, huge mixed-use project in Tampa. I don't know. Are they leaving? Do they plan on leaving? Where are they going to go? What market would be better than this? We just did a 50th anniversary of how much, these fans have been part of this. They're not going anywhere. So and everybody's like, well, they don't have the money. Well, if they don't come and ask for it, then the county's going to do a deal with the Rays to keep them here. Mm-hmm. And if the Bucs want to come in the middle of this thing and say, hey, what about us? That's going to suck. To be quite honest, that's going to suck. If it's like, hey, we're having dinner. Dinner's at 6:00. All right, this is what it is. Don't come to me at 8:00 and say, hey, I want dinner. If don't come mess up the plan. Once it's in action, let's not come back in the middle, because I'm not here to say that the Bucs aren't the priority. They are. They're 100% the priority. That's the pecking order. Bucs, well, and right now it's Bucs, Lightning, Rays, because the Rays have not been part of Hillsborough County. The Lightning have. The Lightning got what they needed. So now it's the Rays are here at the table. I wish there was some mechanism. There were some people asking Chris Loeffler over in Pinellas. It's like, hey, why don't you throw some bed tax money in for the Rays Stadium? He's like, yeah, we can't do that. If it's not in Pinellas County, we can't spend any money on it. And I totally get that. But there would be nice. I mean, there are actually areas in this country where the whole, 7, 8 counties area comes together and helps support a stadium in the middle of the marketplace. We should be doing the same for transportation, but our elected officials can't seem to figure that shit out. So, yeah, brutal. I mean, just because we have county lines, we're like, well, we can build a train to the county line, and then y'all can't get together and figure it out. Can't do that. Something to benefit everyone. Politics.
That other cities around the country do on a daily basis.
Yeah, it's mind blowing. So, and John Hill wrote a column in the Times again today, 3 questions about the Rays Stadium at Hillsborough College, putting all this emphasis on what about the college? What about the students? And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And by the way, these are the same people that supported this ridiculous boondoggle in St. Pete. Was the worst, and that's just not me saying it. People who have worked inside the St. Pete government for many, many years doing these types of deals, not to that size, who looked at, when they finally got the agreement, looked at it and said, this is the worst public subsidy in the history of building stadiums. And it was a complete boondoggle and a terrible thing for taxpayers. And all these folks at the Tampa Bay Times threw confetti. It was the greatest thing ever. Now we're worried about, a couple thousand college kids who have 5 other campuses to go to. We got to make sure that nothing is interrupted while we do this. Like, there's no huge benefit to the rest of the community. And by the way, they're going to take great pains to make sure that all their needs are met. I mean, and you want to talk about nitpicking, and it's just nothing but negativity on this entire process. And he's right to point out that, yeah, the devil is going to be in the details. No question about it. Financing is not going to be easy. I get it. But where was all these consternations about the Tropicana Field deal? It's so blatantly, I don't even know what to call it at this point. And I wish that we could do away with this. And I'm not talking about cheerleading, but let's be somewhat positive about what could be brought here in terms of jobs and millions of dollars in economic activity, billions of dollars in economic activity that helps bring in jobs, nice, highly paid, skilled jobs. Yeah, that's stuff that we need in Tampa Bay, and it could be a great, great thing for the community. And we should all, I'm not saying you have to be a huge cheerleader for it. Can we just at least wait till the details come out? And I see people saying, well, if they want $1 billion, that's ridiculous. Well, if you're getting $2 billion back in property taxes over the 25, 30 years, is that not a great deal? Of course it is. That's what government's public-private partnerships are supposed to be about. We're building $1 billion terminal at the airport, and whose profits are going to go up with that? Airline companies. But it's also going to serve the public. Those shareholders, yeah, they'll benefit from that big time, as will the public. Same thing here. No different. But the details have to be right. Let's go to some of the comments, shall we? JS813 says the TBT is relentless on the Rays Stadium issue. St. Pete is not going to happen. Zalupski and company are in a much better position to get this done than Stu. Yeah, there's no talk of that. It's all these guys don't have any money and they can't get it done, and it's going to Orlando. And again, I saw another article from Field of Schemes talking about, Orlando, Ken Hagan now is the one bringing up Orlando. Well, he's just being honest. If Hillsborough County doesn't get it done, Orlando is waiting in the wings. And I talked to somebody from the Orlando group last night, and he asked me, is this real? Like, are there issues? I'm like, no, there's no issues yet. No, there's not. What it is Ken Hagan sounding the alarm to all his fellow commissioners that if we don't work hard and get this done, then it's going to go to Orlando, and that's going to be on your resume. That's going to be on your resume. And he's framing it so, not to manipulate it, but just that's the truth.
It sounds like Hagan's trying to put a little sense of urgency on this thing. Like, hey, guys,
is there something
to get this done?
Yeah.
There's other options for these guys, right? Like let's get together and let's make it happen. And that doesn't mean that it's likely they're going to move. It just means that opportunity is there if things don't go their way.
And you as fans and constituents need to step up if it's and again, we have to wait to see what the deal is. And I'm telling you, it's going to be $1 billion ask, and that's going to be played up as, and everybody's going to think that we're going to write a check for $1 billion right now out of the county treasury to do the stadium. And that's not how it works.
Yeah.
There's multiple ways to finance this thing. And, the Rays probably want a lot of this up front. The county doesn't want to do it. That's where the negotiation comes in. That's where it's going to get a little ugly. And the Rays may have to go find some more investment money to get it done. That's easily done too. So there's a lot of things that can be done. And as I said, it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be ugly early, but we're preparing you for what's at stake here. It's because you don't want the county to just throw up their hands at the ask and go, oh, forget about it. Well, you go to Orlando. You don't want that. You want them to be prepared that this is going to take some negotiation on both sides. So let's get to it and stop with all the negativity. It just makes me crazy. JS says, has everyone seen the meme Tristan Wirfs posted? I got a good chuckle out of that. I was trying to find that, Tim, and maybe you can get on that.
All right.
Because you're better at that than I am. Stamkos got a Hattie last night, even though he's gone, still supporting him. Hey, the turnaround for Steven Stamkos has been fantastic. I don't know what exactly is going on in Nashville, but man, he was the worst plus minus in the league, and he's caught fire, and it's great to watch. Yeah, he's playing really good hockey, and Yeah, of course. We love it. We support Stammer all the way.
Which Tristan Wirfs meme are we talking about?
I don't know.
Are we talking about the one with, was it Cam Jordan?
Oh, yeah, maybe that was it. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds.
Gotcha. Bantry says, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I love it when my peeps, my Petermans come out and say that. All right. We already did that one. It says, Danny says, Mike H., I wouldn't be concerned at all here. Hagan put the city and county on notice back in October and did so again in that interview. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Hey, here's Tear It Down Now. Says, Tampa Bay fan living in Fort Worth. Grew up listening to JP on The Fan back in the day. I don't know if it was called The Fan, but whatever it was, thank you so much for listening. Really appreciate you and that you found us again.
You're right in my backyard.
Really cool. Yeah, we got a kind of a Texas Tampa thing working here, just like you, partner.
Absolutely. Like that Rangers hat he's wearing, by the way, in his picture.
Yeah, Rangers made a nice trade, huh?
Man,
got a top flight starter.
Yeah, it's not going over well here locally, though.
Why?
Because all mediocre Rangers fans ever get excited about are big move, like big bats. They understand hitting. They don't understand the nuances of pitching. So unless it's Nolan Ryan in his prime or Cliff Lee, they just don't get it, man. But no, I'm all over it. I think it's great. You didn't give up any top 100 prospects, by the way, in the MLB pipeline to get them.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah,
it's a big get then. Yeah. Aviation says, I'm not too knowledgeable on the new stadium talks, but if the Bucs and Rays aren't working to build a multi-complex site, what are they doing here? Yeah, the lack of connection, not saying that they have to work hand in hand, but it does seem like there could be some synergy here that would benefit both organizations and the county and the city if we were working together. Two totally different massive construction projects right next to each other without any synergy at all seems a little, again, I don't know about construction or how these things work, but it just seems like there could be some synergy there. Mm-hmm. And if there's not, and there's competition, then I think that could be weird. Greg DeCruz says, stay safe, people. I used to live in Toronto. So yeah, cold, ice, snow, no bueno. Yeah, this is going to be a bad one. And I wonder how it's going to affect some of the travel. Like for you tell me FSU's supposed to go to SMU and play basketball on Saturday.
Yeah.
Maybe they left early to join the ladies.
Yeah, and I just got an email this morning from the Big 12 that they're, as of conference, are already moving some of the games for this weekend in the affected areas. The Texas Tech and Houston game for Saturday's been shifted up to an earlier time because it's supposed to impact down there later on Saturday. So they've moved the game up a few hours in Houston in order to accommodate that, to hopefully get it done and get people home before the storm hits Houston. So I'm sure the ACC is making arrangements up here, although I haven't seen anything from them yet. I'm kind of new to the ACC coverage here, so we'll see.
Yeah, check your local listings. Rick says, I heard yesterday McVay started doing light practices after the Super Bowl win. Their teams were not physical enough to beat San Francisco and Seattle. He changed that and added dogs to D and is a game away. Yeah. You look at what's going on in other NFL cities and how other coaches, what they do to win. And it's just no stone unturned, all out assault on going for it. Yeah. It's just, it's an organizational philosophy. And you look at what's going on in Tampa Bay. I mean, have you ever heard a player say, I need to talk to the coach about having tougher practices? Have you ever?
Never.
I mean, to me, the things that came out are so damning of dysfunction and incompetence in the coaching staff. And you still just go,
unbelievable.
Yeah. And again, love Todd. Just don't like the way he manages the team.
What's more unbelievable, JP, that happens, or that the coach then still has his job?
This is why the fan base is up in arms. And it's simmering down because you can't yell at the top of your lungs for an entire offseason, right? But nothing's changed. Mike H says, I can't imagine Big Tim climbing in the attic plumber's butt on steroids. That's exactly what I thought of, Mike.
Look, my pants fit, okay? I'm a big dude, but my pants fit, for the love of God. I mean, for the right price, you'll see some crack, but that's, it don't come for free.
JS says, is John Morgan behind these ads for the Magic? No, but I'll take his money. No, MOR TV is MOR TV, which I work with them doing a lot of different projects. And they called and said, hey, we're doing Magic games. Can you help us promote them? I'm like, absolutely, we'll do that. So we're going to talk to Dante Marchitelli at 11:30.
Nice.
Talk some Magic basketball. So, which, listen, I remember when the Magic came and when they first came here, and it was fun, Shaq and Penny and all that. It was fun. And it just, they went through about 15 years of complete mediocrity, but they're back, and they're
after that team broke up. Yeah.
Mike says the NBA is unwatchable. I would say, Mike, try it again. There's, I think it's gotten better. I think it's gotten a lot better, actually. And as the LeBron Durant era goes away, these new players are much more rootable. Is that even a word?
Well, they're much more
likable.
They're much more game friendly. They promote the game, not themselves.
Yeah. Danny Boy says, I remember the days of Chip Carey and Jack Gibbons calling Magic games back in the day. Yeah, man. Remember we used to watch those all the time. I'm with you, bro. I used to watch those games all the time. Jack Gibbons, the old Kentucky lefty, and Chip. Yeah. I was a big Magic fan. It was fun. Mike's like the Orlando Rays. Shut up with that. And listen, I told you I talked to a guy with Orlando last night. They're not as buttoned up as people think. I was asking a lot of questions last night and didn't get a lot of answers, quite frankly. They have $1 billion. I'm like, okay, for the stadium. All right, is that public money? No. What's the mayor saying? Not much. There's been no public support for a baseball stadium. And the conversations that have been had about the site that they picked out for this baseball stadium, it's not big enough for what this group wants. So they don't have any public support in terms of money. They don't have an owner because their main investors, Morgan and Workman, pulled out. They have $1 billion pledge for a stadium, but I'm like, okay, is that to buy into the team? Is that to buy the team, or is it, because the team's going to cost you $2 billion. So is that part of the purchase price? No, that's for the stadium. Okay, but did they get part ownership for that? No answer. So they're not buttoned up over there. It's not like they're sitting there waiting with a pile of cash saying, come on. And they're putting $400-500 million into Camping World Stadium, that dumpster, to host the Jaguars for the next year. So Orlando is not as buttoned up as you think they are. So I know for a fact that Major League Baseball does not like that market. Now, when they're there for the baseball meetings, they make some nice platitudes about, oh, yes, we like Orlando. It's a beautiful place and lots of people. They don't like that market. Otherwise, they wouldn't have put all their eggs in the Tampa basket, which is what they've done. So
Orlando's such a transient city, too.
Right.
It would, I think, and MLB knows this, that it would be hard to build a fan base there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's, it's not like the Magic have crushed it over there. The Orlando soccer team is not packing them in for every single game. They do okay, but it's nothing crazy. And who's to say, and this whole idea that international visitors are going to, plow into a baseball stadium, where's the data on that? Have they done surveys like, hey, if you come here for a week at Disney, how willing are you to spend another $500 going to a baseball game with your family? A what game? Baseball? What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you had a soccer, in the soccer, does the soccer team get this? I mean, that most of these Europeans and internationals, their favorite game is soccer. Are they flocking to the downtown soccer stadium when they come visit? I don't think so. So there's no proof that market would sustain a baseball team.
And it's much easier to garner a fan base for a team that plays in an arena that holds 18,000 people than it is to fill a 45,000 person stadium.
Yeah.
For 81 games a year, and that, by the way, that's what the Magic are drawing. They're averaging about a little over 18,000 a game, which I think is great for that market.
Really good. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's about capacity, isn't it?
Probably pretty close. I can't imagine that arena is much bigger than that.
Yeah. What else we got here? Tear It Down says, I vote more Magic basketball. Adds variety to the show. All right, good. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback, guys. I appreciate that because
don't listen
all
to Rick.
about you.
Rick's out on NBA talk, but we don't have to listen to Rick.
Okay. If the Rays move to Orlando, says Andre all day, they'll lose a lot of fans and supporters. The new owners know that. Yeah. You got to rebuild the whole fan base. You've already got a built-in fan base here that you've cultivated for 30 years. Why would you throw that away? The TV ratings are fantastic. You have a rabid fan base here already, and you're going to go to Orlando and spend all this money with absolutely zero data. It's a smaller market, smaller TV market, unproven. Now they'd have to support 3 professional teams. In terms of the Magic, actually more. You got the Magic, you got the men's team over there, the women's soccer team over there, which doesn't draw much at all. Yeah.
And I think this gets lost in this discussion quite a bit. Sports leagues don't like to move franchises.
Right.
That is a last ditch, most extreme, drastic thing to do for most leagues other than the NHL. The NHL seems to do it willy-nilly. Okay, but they got less on the table because they're already either in a really bad stadium deal or bad arena deal. They've got a bad ownership group and they got someone coming in to save them. Or, in Atlanta's case, it's just a bad market and they've tried it 3 times. Yeah. But, MLB, the NFL, the NBA, they don't like moving franchises. It's a big, big deal. And they know that. And, that's why it's been however many years since the Supersonics moved to Oklahoma City. Or when was the last time we had an MLB team move? I guess it was Montreal to Washington, right?
Yeah.
And that was a big deal, man. And it's been a long time. They don't like to do that. So that is a last-ditch effort. That's not happening in Tampa. Trust me.
Yeah, and they love Orlando to exist as a carrot. It's leverage for Tampa to get a better deal, to get more expansion money. They want them to be in the expansion lottery with North Carolina, Raleigh-Durham, probably Nashville, Portland, Utah. All they want, get about 5-6 cities and have them bid for the 2 expansion franchises. How high are you going to go? That's what this is all about. And if you move the Rays to Orlando, then, what does Tampa apply for an expansion team? If you move the Rays to Orlando, Tampa would be the most attractive market for an expansion team.
And it's not close.
So that's why it's not happening. And again, this is why the misinformation gets out there and it goes crazy and it gets misunderstood. So you have to come back here and get some sanity. That's what we're doing here. It says Brody is looking for clicks to support his YouTube channel. Sure he is. We all are. And he's really good at it. I talked to him one time trying to get his secrets. He wouldn't give them to me.
Oh,
I'm like, dude, how do you do it? Like, it's just amazing.
Smart.
Yeah. No. And I know he probably is really good at all that SEO stuff. And
he has trust me, I guarantee you he's got a team of about 10 people that work for him to get all that done. That's not just JP and Tim doing his show. He's got a staff of people.
I don't know about that.
Trust me.
Okay.
Yeah. And maybe not 10, but he's got a staff of people. It ain't just him.
Mike says, does the new OC actually call plays? And Macron got his face beat. What? Oh, is that why he was wearing sunglasses? His wife beat him up again?
Oh, my gosh.
He's tough. I mean, she's tough.
She's tough.
Is it? I don't know. Rick says McDaniel's interviewing with Buffalo. That's not.
I thought he's already. I thought he had already committed though to
the
Chargers,
didn't he?
Like he had that stipulation though. Hey, if I get offered a head coaching job, I'll take it ahead instead. Oh, okay. But I thought he's already gone. Like yesterday, I thought he had already said he's like, you know what? Nope, I'm good. I'm in LA. I thought I could be wrong. That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm. Running an NFL offense is really hard, even when the best do it. Yeah, Mike, it's, the defenses get paid too. Tony Berser says, give Zac Robinson a chance. Andre says, Zach is better than Grizz, but the Bucs dropped the ball on not getting McDaniel. Oh, well, go Bucs. I don't know. Did they? I mean, look at Mike McDaniel's offenses the last 2 years. The numbers are abysmal. They're not good. I know 1 year he had the best offense in the league. I think he had a number one offense when one of the years they went to the playoffs. But the last 2 years have been really bad. So, sometimes guys get these reputations and then you go back and look at the numbers. And you're like, that's kind of, I thought he was better than that. Yeah. Yeah. So let's not bitch about what we don't have.
Would you have been more excited about Mike McDaniel than Zac Robinson?
No.
Okay.
I told you that. And listen, again, I think fit is important. And I don't think he's a culture fit here. And I mean, in terms of the players on this team, he just, it's just, I don't know. It's just not a fit. It's not a fit. Well, because the way he wears his pants. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sunglasses and all, that's a Miami thing. And we're not Miami. We're just not. And Baker is the farthest thing, I just can't see McDaniel walking into a meeting in his Gucci outfit, head to toe, with Baker. Like, I don't think Baker owns anything Gucci.
I would hope not.
Thankfully. Nor does Tristan Wirfs.
No man should own anything Gucci. That's for your woman.
Thank you. Ashley tried to get me a Gucci t-shirt. I said, I'm not wearing that.
Oh, Ashley.
It was
you want
probably
JP to get beat up out on the street?
I'm not wearing that. Come on.
They're going to steal his lunch money.
Yeah. Danny Boy says, per Tampa Bay Business Journal, HC is seeking $50 million from the state as the Rays stadium advances. Listen, so if we're all worried about Hillsborough College, okay, which evidently that's the biggest, thing. We got to make sure that those community college kids get, they have 5 other campuses that they can build around the city. Like, they have to go there, though. That's the place where they got to go. We got to protect that campus because
it's closest to the spaceship.
Right. We got to protect that campus. They're going to get all new buildings. Like the board of trustees, there's a whole part in the article like, oh, it was a hastily done public. Only 2 people talked. No, I've known this meeting was on the docket for more than a month. It wasn't hastily done. We've known about this meeting. We've been talking about the HC for a long time. And anybody who really cared about it would have showed up and said something. So don't you think maybe that only 2 people showed up is because 2 people are the only people that care? Nobody really cares that they all know that they're going to be well taken care of. We want to assign some nefarious thing going on with this board because only 2 people showed up in a hastily prepared meeting. No, we've known about this for quite some time. It's just that nobody really cares except for you trying to make a stink about the stadium being in Tampa. Maybe that's why only 2 people showed up, because it's not a big deal. Jeez, old Pete. For context, per the TBBJP, Zephyr Hills State Attorney, State Senator Danny Burgess filed their request earlier in the week. His request makes no mention of the Rays. Not sure what that means, Danny. We can. Here it is. Says Burgess' request would go towards the planning, design, engineering, and construction of all college improvement projects. Yeah. Listen, Hillsborough College will be well compensated and taken care of. There's not going to be a major, it's not like this is the only campus and the thing is going away. It's not. There's campuses all over the county. And there's one in Ybor, I believe. There's one, it's close by. They'll be, and they're going to rebuild this one right on site. So I don't understand.
With a new building, a new facility with the money that they got from the sale of the property.
And it's not like this is USF or FSU or UF or it's come on, guys.
Ouch.
Just keeping it real.
I'd like to apologize to all the people that are attending that fine establishment and that fine institution. JP's comments do not necessarily reflect those of FanStream Sports and IndyCarTim.
Shut up. Bell is in this morning. Says, good morning, group. I missed you all yesterday. This cold got my head wrecked.
Oh, it's bad, I bet.
Yeah, sorry about that. What else we got here? Thomas Casper says, February 1st forecast at Raymond James, 50s for the high, 36 for the low, and cloudy. Ooh, cloudy could mean rain.
But it also means the sun won't be hitting the ice, and the ice surface should be better as long as it's not raining.
Oh, that's true. Well, the sun will be set when we start taking the.
What time is the game?
I believe it's a night game, isn't it?
Oh, they're playing a night game.
You know what? I'll double check that. I just assumed. I know
That's
you don't want to play during the day when the sun.
By the way, have we commented on those the uniforms?
Yeah, I think we did. I love them.
They're freaking badass. Now I gotta go
The,
buy
babe,
a Lightning jersey.
the baby blue or sky blue that they have all this new gear is awesome. I got to get me a hat too.
Yeah, it's a 7:00 face-off, so it is. That's weird.
Why? We're doing it. We're putting out ice in Florida. Why would you want to have the sun shining?
Weird. It needs to be during the day.
Oh, shut up.
To be a real stadium.
Let's just make it harder. Let's make it harder.
Because
JP, when you have an outdoor game in Florida, let's do it at noon. Let's see if we can do this. No.
Okay, look, what is the point of the Stadium Series? It is to pay tribute and replicate outdoor hockey, JP, that you and I played growing up in northern Canada, when we were teenagers and little kids in elementary school, playing on the ponds. We didn't have lights on the ponds. We had to play during the day. So that's what they should be doing at these Stadium Series games.
Okay, duly noted, but silly. If we're in the north, yes, fine. But if we're in the south and we're trying to get this done, let's make it as easy as possible.
When you and I were playing hockey with the native Nunavut first people up there with our wooden sticks and our wooden skates and our wooden pucks.
So Mike H has already bought into the misinformation. So it's only 3 members of the public spoke at the hastily arranged meeting. Who decided this was hastily arranged? Jim Hill or John Hill, whatever the columnist's name is, that he since he called it hastily arranged, that's what we're going with now? Hastily arranged? We've known about this for weeks. It's been on the docket. Orlando has FU money. I got news for you. No, they don't. Where's that coming from? Oh, we get lots of visitors, so they have lots of bed techs. Yes, they do. And guess what? They're putting it into Camping World Stadium and a new convention center. There's no talk of a baseball stadium for public funds. Do you know that, Mike? None. The mayor's been asked and like, well, but okay. Who's, by the way, running for governor, so he doesn't want to piss off the Tampa Bay fans, which is a huge electorate, by coming out and saying I'm full force to steal the Rays from Tampa Bay. So you think Buddy Dyer is going to be out there waving the flag? Guess what? No, he's running for governor. So you guys can think Orlando has FU money and they're all buttoned up. They're not. They don't have an owner. They don't have public money. What do they have? They have the Dreamers. They have an office and they have a beautiful, silly name and a nice little logo with a smiling doofus. I don't know what it is, but I mean, what do they have? What do you explain? I talked to someone within their organization last night and they're very hopeful and they got $1 billion pledged towards something, but no, they're not buttoned up at all. And they have there's no public entities county commissioners, mayors, or anything out there screaming and yelling about how much money they have to build a stadium. So I don't know, I'm living in the world of reality. Mean Bear Pigs. Is that really your? Says, hey, JP, Cody here. Oh, hey, Cody.
Man Bear Pigs.
Man Bear Pigs. I can't. Yeah, I'm not good at that. Anyway, his name's Cody. Cody, we know. Bucs plan to hire Mike Tomlin next year and continue going 8-9 for the next 10 years. Yeah, well, we clearly have put a rubber stamp on mediocrity here. So, yeah, why not? Yeah.
Y'all are unbelievable.
Mike says, why wouldn't Hagan want to come on the show? What is the process moving forward? Well, there's nothing new to report right now. We talked about this the other night when I chatted with him. He said, I'm going on the guy's show in the morning. I'm like, okay. So anything new? He said, no, not really. But, if you got, he'll be happy to come on next week. But anyway, we told you the more important story is this, which hasn't been wildly reported because we reported it, is that February 2nd, February 3rd, one of those days, the governor is coming down. They're going to release the renderings of the stadium, and there will not be a financing plan. There may be an ask at that point of what the total cost is going to be, but there will not be a financing plan. But this is going to be to talk about Hillsborough College, what's going to happen there, see the renderings of the stadium, and maybe some renderings of the mixed-use project. So that's the breaking news, by the way. The rest of this other stuff is just hooey and rehash. So, yeah, we'll keep you posted.
Yep.
All right, let's take a break. We're going to come back and we're going to talk some more of your comments at 11:30. Dante Marchitelli is going to join us, so we're going to talk a little Orlando Magic basketball, and then we're going to preview the AFC and NFC championship games. So all that coming your way. We're brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance, 813-877-7799. They are the great folks that are going to save you hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars on your insurance. Make sure that you are buttoned up when it comes to your insurance. Many of you, 40%, do not have enough homeowners insurance to the value of your home. Many of you are not getting the discounts that you so richly deserve. So give them a call. They'll just have some of your information ready, and they'll go price it out for you with the dozens of companies that they represent, many who are coming into the marketplace offering more discounts. So it's worth the call. 813-877-7799. Tell them JP sent you. Back in 3. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here as we roll on. Thanks to the great folks at the Gold and Diamond Source. Always a great time to get engaged, right? If you're feeling it, take that jump, guys. It's a great idea, but make sure that you get a natural diamond, not a lab-made diamond. Don't do that. Don't start your relationship with that. She'll find out you're a fraud. GoldenDiamond.com. That's where you go and find a great diamond, and you can get it 0% interest for 5 years. Yeah, that's a $5,000 diamond for just $84. No better place, no better staff, no better company. Gold and Diamond Source, 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at the goldendiamond.com.
Where were you last night, honey?
Yeah, where were you? Uh-huh. That big bling bling ring you got on. I bet you were wearing that, weren't you? Yes. She always wears her ring.
Always, as far as we know.
She's always like, I didn't see a ring on. I said, come on now. I never take it off. Even when I play golf.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because I know this. If I take it off, I'll lose it. That is 100% guarantee.
Yeah, through my 17 marriages, I think I wore a ring for my first one. I was 20 years old, 21 years old. And she was a couple of years older. And I was like, I don't deserve this. I better hang on to this as long as I can. That one lasted 7 years, JP.
Wow.
But all of my subsequent marriages, I never wore a wedding ring.
Really?
I didn't want to deprive the single.
And we wonder
population.
why that didn't work out.
I don't think anyone wonders.
No, I don't think anyone does.
Pretty sure we all know why, because I'm just too big for everybody. No one can hang with me.
David says, Tim, just worry about going to Applebee's later. No daytime outdoor games here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, my Applebee's, and look, you guys knock on it, and that's fine. I don't really care. After 10 p.m., my Applebee's, which is a quarter mile up the road, half a kilometer up the road, as JP and I said growing up in northern Canada together. After 10 p.m., I get half-price appetizers, and I get $2 Brutus draft beers. Those are the big, tall 32-ounce for $2.
Yeah. True.
So there.
True. I'm still I'm going to have to go to Applebee's for that cheeseburger and a plate of cheese.
I've seen.
I just think that the greatest, and I know it's going to be terrible when I get there because it never looks like it does on TV. But I'm drawn in by a cheeseburger served in a plate of melted cheese. I just think that's just a great idea.
It's the greatest concept ever, right?
Ever.
Conceptually, it's perfect.
I think I'm going to make one at home this weekend. You know what? I think I'm going to do that.
Like I need just get a nice plate and just melt the cheese in there and then just
dip your cheeseburger in it.
And my kid, Eli, my 17-year-old, every time he sees that commercial, he's like, "Dad, why are we not already right now? Like, what
so
are we
doing
like, wrong?"
What kind of cheese do you use? It looks like a milky white cheese.
I think it's just their queso that they serve.
It's queso. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So it's the queso, and then you dip the burger into the. Oh, yeah.
Again, conceptually, it's perfect.
Yeah,
It's
execution-wise,
I'm concerned about. Yeah,
100%. Disney. Thomas says Disney couldn't get rid of the Angels fast enough. They lost $17 million a year. Orlando Disney does not want its tourists out of the parks. Exactly. Like I think somebody mentioned, it might have been Hagen who mentioned that Disney and Universal would be all about the baseball stadium. No, they won't. That's competition for their parks. And what Disney wants in Orlando, Disney gets. So maybe that's why the public officials in Orlando aren't doing cartwheels about baseball. I'm telling you, people, stop talking about Orlando. And the only reason Hagen brought it up is to put some urgency into the council. So let's not fixate on Orlando. Let's fixate on Hillsborough County and Tampa and getting the deal done. Okay? Brody, stop making videos about Orlando. God damn it.
Yeah, you're Brody Brazil. You're not Brody Orlando.
Right. Have that talk with him. Good morning to you, Michael LaRue. Said, my guess is Light called Monken first to see if he wanted the job before offering it to Robinson. Then he probably called Baker to get his input on Robinson versus the other candidates. So, so Robinson left, went to the airport, and then they called him back and brought it back, and they could negotiate it into the night, and they got the deal done. So, and Baker signed off on it. I guess there's some thought here. I guess Rick Stroud on his podcast, him and Tom said that Baker is the reason that Bowles is still here.
Oh, I can't imagine that.
I'm not
I don't
saying
want to doubt reporting, but
no, I don't think that. I don't think it was. Yeah, here it is. Joel Forsland said Stroud and Tom Jones suggested on Stroud's podcast today that the Bucs may have kept Bowles because of Baker. Maybe Baker didn't want him gone. They accommodated Baker for Robinson. So they're suggesting it. They're not reporting that. They're not reporting that, but suggesting it. I don't think Baker went to the Glazers and said, "Hey, we got to fire Ty Bowles." But I also don't think, if the Glazers went to Baker and said, "Hey, we're thinking about making a change," I'm not sure he's going to throw a fit. I mean, if players are talking about the practices not being good enough and being soft, you don't think
the competitor that we know Baker would be one of those proponents of tougher practices for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again, this is just me reading the tea leaves. I have no idea. I'm not saying Baker doesn't like Bowles. I'm not saying any of that. I think they probably get along great. But if the Bucs went to him and said, "Hey, we're going to hire Mike McDaniels as the head coach," you think Baker would be, "Oh no, we can't get rid of Todd." No. I don't see that. I don't see that at all. But I could be wrong. Yeah. Danny Boy says, "Did you hear Jane Castor's comments on parking in the new Rays ballpark if it happens?" Basically, she said Tampa has long experience dealing with this, and basically it would be no big deal. Yeah, she said, basically, listen, we have 50 years of experience moving cars in and out of that area. We know how to do it, and that's for football games at 65. She basically said exactly what I've been saying for months about this particular spot. It's one of the great reasons you like that area, because you have 50 years of data that tells you can get in and out of there really, really easy. So, I mean, that's one of the great parts about the infrastructure argument is exactly how this works. The traffic patterns, we figured it out. There's a lot of surface roads. People know how to get in and out of there. They know the traffic patterns. They do it really, really well. And baseball crowds are half what football crowds are. So, yeah, it's one of the reasons that's a really, really good spot. Yeah. All right. You want to talk some basketball?
Let's talk some hoops.
Yeah. I said, I see Dante in his chair getting up to go get coffee and then coming back. Sorry. I said he's there. I'm going to keep him waiting. Dante Marchitelli joining us here, Orlando Magic basketball broadcaster who's been doing a great job. Love watching you guys. We get to watch you locally now on MOR TV, Dante. So welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. Oh, I can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
I can't hear you. Are you on mute? Are you? No,
Not on our end. He's not.
no, he's not on mute. All right. All right, Dante, do the old, we do this all the time on the air. Don't worry about it. Go out and come back in and reset.
Yeah.
That always seems to work. So try that.
Yep.
In fact, let's take a quick break.
We'll do a break?
take a quick break. Yeah, and then we'll come back on the other side. We'll make sure everything's buttoned up, and we'll talk some Orlando Magic basketball. And we'll ask Dante about this whole baseball thing since he's been a lifelong Orlando resident and
I
sports.
want to ask him if he thinks Shaquille O'Neal's going to have a good career in the NBA.
All right, back in 3 with Dante. Stay with us.
Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Hey, kick off the new year by impressing her with a real diamond, a natural diamond from Golden Diamond Source. Don't start with a fake diamond, guys. That's a really, really bad idea. And if you're ready to pop the question, find the perfect engagement ring at the Golden Diamond Source, just like I did, just like Nick did. It is the best selection, the best staff, the best everything. And discover the new Emily collection by Emily Johnson Weintraub, a sleek and modern jewelry line that makes everyday gifts absolutely extraordinary. And by the way, gold prices have never been higher, so turn that old unused gold into cash or a stunning new piece. Just take it on down to the Golden Diamond Source and trade it in. Lots to get done at the Golden Diamond Source this new year. Start with an engagement ring from the greatest, the Golden Diamond Source. 3800 Omerton Road, always online at the Golden Diamond Source.
It's the love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park. So free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucs and Rays play. We'll see you there. Hey folks, Rays baseball and the summer heat will be here before you know it. So don't let your AC unit strike out and cost you hundreds or thousands for an emergency repair.
Get a 1-year maintenance plan from Third Generation Plumbing and AC for just $169. Though will come out twice a year and service your unit. Clean the drain line, make sure it's running to peak efficiency. If you need an emergency repair, it's going to cost you hundreds, if not thousands more. It's a no-brainer, guys. Just call the great friendly folks at Third Generation. They work with American Standard Heating and Cooling to ensure you have the most efficient and durable units. Their split systems offer the highest efficiency available while reducing energy bills and maximizing comfort. So choose my guys, John Rodriguez and PJ at Third Generation, along with American Standard Heating and Cooling. Don't wait for the emergency that'll cost you thousands. Call Third Generation Plumbing and American Standard. 813-961-8024. That's 813-961-8024 or thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. We'll get back to your comments and talk a little football at the end here. But first, let's talk some Magic basketball. We'll try it again. Dante Marchitelli, Orlando Magic basketball. Are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
There it is.
The old reset. The old reset. Now we're good to go.
Works every time, Dante. You know, the reboot everything. Might need to reboot that Magic defense. Professional segue right there. That's what I just did.
All done.
Right. What now? Great trip to Europe. We'll talk about the details in a second. I hope you enjoyed that. But the jet lag last night against the woeful Hornets. Whoo, that was a tough one. We wouldn't want to talk Magic basketball all year. We get you on, and they did that to us last night. What the hell's going on here?
Not fair, JP. Not fair.
Nope.
Well, you know what's funny? Well, not funny, but it happened to Charlotte the game before. So the very night before, Charlotte came back on a West Coast trip, played the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they were down 27 in the first half.
Yeah.
And same thing, jet lag, just running in mud, and that seemed to be our problem last night. Unfortunately, our schedule has been so difficult that we've had a few games like that. We've had some games where we've come back from a long trip, and then you just feel like you're running in mud. Unfortunately, it's happened against teams that you should beat. Should have beat the Charlotte Hornets last night. Should have beat them a couple of weeks ago when this happened. You're coming back off a West Coast trip. So you got to find a way to dig yourself out of this. The injuries are starting to take a toll. Didn't have Franz Wagner last night. That was kind of a surprise a few hours before the game. Jalen Suggs has missed 8 straight games. You got to get him back. He means so much to this team. So we got to get healthy. We got to start playing some home games, and we got to start knocking down some shots. It has been a struggle to watch this team shoot from beyond the arc. But you're right. Defensively, that's where we hang our hat, and we haven't quite been the same defensively here this year.
Now, is that because, you know, there was some obviously personnel changes with Bain comes in, Caldwell Pope out, some of those guys that were probably better defenders. I mean, Jamal Mosley has always been about that defense, and the new guys maybe don't have are they not good defenders, or maybe they haven't gotten the message yet? Which is it?
I think you're relying on your defense. We're playing up tempo. That's the other thing is we've changed our offense. So now we're playing faster. Last year, the Magic were one of the slowest teams in the NBA. Walk the ball up the floor, wait for the right shot, and then lock down on defense. This time, they've completely revamped it. So now you're getting more. You're giving the opponent more possessions. You're giving them more opportunities to score. And sometimes they look tired. They look fatigued at the ends of games. So it's been an adjustment kind of playing to this new up-tempo style. They'll figure it out. But you got to get back to defensively. So I wonder if some things might shift and you might maybe eventually slow things down here a little bit. But the point of attack, we're just getting beat on the perimeter. Too many opposing point guards are putting their head down and driving right into the paint. That was not a problem for this team the last couple of years. So Anthony Black is new to the starting lineup. Desmond Bain is a new piece. They're defending well at times, but really it's a whole team. Got to find a way to keep these point guards out of the paint. That seems to be the problem this year.
Well, and when Jalen gets back, is that the fix? Yeah.
It's a big part of it because he's our best defensive player. He's going to be one of the top 3 team all defense in the NBA, and he just doesn't let guards do that. That's just his nature, his DNA. But it's the same with Bain and Black. It's the same thing for them too. So teams are scheming against this Magic team and trying to find ways to get in the paint because they don't want to play against a set defense for this Magic team. So when Orlando misses, we are seeing more than ever teams grabbing the ball and going. And the Magic have got to do a better job of getting back defensively. Getting Suggs back will help. Getting Franz back will help too. Franz is one of the best defensive players on this team. Until then, everybody's got to pick up the slack, and it just hasn't happened here the last month or so.
All right, well, you got the Cavs coming in tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, locally, MOR TV here. They're doing a lot of the games here locally, so we're trying to promote these broadcasts here. And so for the casual NBA fan, we don't talk a lot of NBA here. We're trying to get the Orlando Magic involved here. So let's go a little 40,000 feet here. I've been to a couple games the last 3 years, actually more than that, and I think the atmosphere there is just fantastic. You guys do a great game production. I encourage everybody to, go ahead, get on I-4. All right. Just crack out 5 hours and just get on the damn thing, get to Orlando, enjoy and go to a game, because it's really great. Talk about what the folks will see maybe that haven't been to a game in maybe 3 or 4 years at the new arena.
Well, it's what you said. It's a terrific atmosphere. It's a night out. If it's a date night or bring the family, you can find the right game, the right price point that matches you. You can pretty much every game. There's tickets that are available, reasonable for an entire family.
Very reasonable.
So come check it out. And you're right, nonstop action, nonstop entertainment. Even if you're not a huge fan of the game or don't know the NBA. Case in point, JP, last night was Brazilian night, right? So we had 5,500 Brazilian fans in the building. And it's a great atmosphere. A lot of them are new to basketball. Sometimes they're cheering for both teams, and that makes it fun. It's a great atmosphere, but everybody's entertained not just by the product that's on the floor. It's everything that's going on, all the in-arena entertainment. They make it a lot of fun with all the things that they have during timeouts and stoppages and shooting T-shirts into the stands. So we encourage you to come out and be a part of it. And then the action, you can't beat it. I mean, these are world-class athletes, and the NBA is unlike any sport in our opinion. They say it's non-contact, but these guys are hitting the size, the speed, the athleticism of an NBA basketball game is what keeps bringing people back. So we always feel if you come check it out one time, you're going to be hooked. You're going to be a fan. It's like when you go to Amalie Arena, or used to be Amalie now, and you watch the Tampa Bay Lightning, you watch you go watch the Bucs, you watch the Rays. I mean, these are world-class athletes, and you get hooked. You're right. The drive is not easy, but it's always worth it when we go to Tampa or when fans come here. So, an opportunity to watch NBA basketball, we encourage you to check it out.
Where's Dante? Where's our bullet train? We were promised a bullet train 20 years ago. Where's our train? God damn it! I mean,
we promised a lot of things 20 years ago, but the bullet train right at the top of it. I think that'll help, right, JP? Once you get the train going, that'll certainly help. But if you time it right, if you leave a little early, come here. There's stuff to do around Kia Center, down on Church Street. There's all kinds of great entertainment. You can make a day of it, make a night of it. If you don't want to go back and get a hotel, there's all kinds of options around town, like a lot of Orlando fans do when they go to Tampa. So we certainly, there's ways around it, but you're right. If you can navigate the traffic, it's certainly worth the wait at the end.
No, and I'm with you, because listen, we have technology now that actually helps us, and that's Waze and Google Maps. And I'll just tell you right now, leave early afternoon. And Saturday actually is not bad at all. You can leave tomorrow anytime you want. Get there a little early, just like Dante said. There's so much to do around there, and parking is easy. By the way, if you're thinking about it, it's really, really easy. So I highly recommend it. It's a fun night. If you're going to watch it on TV, it's going to be tomorrow night. It'll be good as well.
We've had so many years. Unfortunately, we're kind of going through a rebuild, right? So the product on the floor wasn't where you'd want it to be. So you had to get creative, and so we've created all these entertainment options. Now that the team is better, we're right where we want to be. We're right within striking distance. I'll say that. We're 2 games out of third. So if they get this thing back on track, you're right within striking distance of the Eastern Conference. So now you have a much more entertaining product, and you have all this stuff happening in arena. So we'd love to have you come check it out.
Absolutely. And this is an aside. I just got to get your take on this, because you've been in Orlando with the Magic forever. You know the landscape there better than anybody. Is that a town that really wants baseball? There's so much talk about the Rays moving there. People are freaking out here. And I'm like, I don't even know if Orlando, because the public officials haven't really said whole lot about baseball. I know the theme parks have no interest in a competition of baseball. Is there really a thirst for it there? What's your sense?
It feels like there is, JP, and I don't think anybody wants to take anybody's team. I just think it'd be great to have that as an option here in town. And I know a lot of people that make that drive over to St. Pete, and I'm one of them. Grew up in Boston, so When the Red Sox come to town, I'm one of those people that drives over. I'm not an obnoxious one, but I come watch the Red Sox. But I'll also go and just watch the Rays. I love good baseball, and the Rays have been so fun to watch here the last couple of years. But we have so many transplants that have come from different areas that I think it would support it. And you have so many tourists that come through here throughout the year, as you guys do in Tampa. So I feel like there would be a lot of support for it, and just a lot of friends that I talk to and people here in town. There certainly is a thirst for it. There's just so many options entertainment-wise here in Central Florida, and you have them as well in Tampa, that it'd be another option, and I think it'd be a lot of fun for this town. Can it happen? You'd know way more than I would, but I think if there ever were to be a team here, I know this community would support it.
Well, the stadium now is going to be right next to Raymond James if we get it built. So
right.
That'll cut some travel time off for you. Yeah,
no, help, and I'll make that drive no problem. So our studio, when the team goes on the road, our studio is in Tampa. So I drive right by Raymond James.
Oh yeah, you're going to the studio. Oh, all right, yeah,
over to the studio. So yeah, if that was an option, I'm very familiar with that area. Listen, the fans in Tampa deserve that team, and they deserve to see it be successful and hopefully win a World Series here soon. So I'm so glad that they got that all worked out. And if there's ever time to have a third team in the state of Florida, we'd love to have that here in Orlando.
Oh, and I'm fine with that. But I think it works well that our NBA team, and I do think the Magic are our NBA team. People talk about bringing an NBA team here to Tampa. I'm like, why? We have one 70 miles up the road. You're not going to go, you're not going to 60 games. You want to go to 5 or 6, get on I-4 or someday the Bright Line and go to Orlando and watch them. That's our NBA team, our baseball team, football, because there's so many Orlando fans that are Bucs fans and Lightning fans because of Solar Bears. I mean, I think we worked well together. I was making this call for unity in the community in St. Pete and Tampa, but I bring Orlando into it as well because I live in Orlando on the weekends. So I'm back and forth all the time, and we have so much in common. I kind of like the way it all works. You guys have a great professional soccer team there. That stadium I love. That's amazing. A really cool thing. So I think it kind of all works together well the way it is right now. I don't have a problem with it.
JP, I couldn't agree more. I think in a rising tide lifts all boats, right? So the better one or two of these teams does, then the other ones have to kind of stay with it. I think it's great. I love going over to Tampa Bay Bucs games. I just went to one when they beat Carolina about a month or so ago. So I love going over there. I love watching the Lightning games. My wife is from Toronto. I'm from Boston, so we've got that. But the Lightning have been so good the last decade. It's been a blast just to go over there and watch Lightning games. Paul Kennedy is about the greatest human being there is. So I try to go over there and see him. He does a lot of work. But when the Lightning are competing, when the Rays are playing well, when the Bucs are playing well, you see the flags all over Central Florida, like all over Orlando. There are so many fans here, and we're all pulling for those teams. And you're right, to have them right down the road, it's a blessing. We're so fortunate.
Let's bring them all together. Let's bring or Lampa.
What are we gonna do? But however you can get us back and forth faster, you make that happen. I'm all in. I got to vote for you, JP. However you make that happen.
Bullet train.
This okay. I tell my people have heard this story before, but my dad was a civil engineer that helped build Disney and helped design the monorail and the Seven Seas Lagoon and all that. And once they got that monorail done, the legislature told my dad's company, hey, build us a prototype to connect Orlando, Miami, Fort Myers, and Tampa by monorail. And they did it, and they presented it, and the freaking oil company shot it down. That was back in the 70s, bro. No, we could have had monorails. We could have had monorails connecting all these cities. And how many more games would you go to in Tampa if you knew you could get on a monorail or a train and be here, no doubt, in 45 minutes, 60 minutes, even at 60 minutes, if it's guaranteed? How many more would you go to?
Oh, JP, I'd have a package. I'd have a ticket pack.
Absolutely, 100%.
I'd go to 10, 15 games. I'd bring the family. I'd watch the Rays. I'd go to Lightning games. I might even be a Bucs season ticket holder.
Yeah.
Honestly, wow. It's that easy, and take the train back and forth. That's
a
great day. And I tell you what, I would do this too. As you're passing me to come to Orlando on the weekend, I'd be taking the train out to Hyde Park and Ybor City. I love those areas, man. We'd be hanging out there as well.
You know what? They actually do this in other states and other countries. They actually have these trains. It's crazy.
Well,
how it works.
I was with the team in Berlin and London, and not only do they have these trains, but they're on time. Can you imagine that? They show up.
Oh my God! You go from city to city, and you don't have to get into a car and park.
It's been great. It's been great having the light rail. I thought that was huge for this town. So we've got the light rail, and we've got that buzzing around here in Central Florida. But yeah, and the bright line that goes down to Miami is phenomenal. If we can make that, we just got to make that Orlando-Tampa connection.
It's not that hard, bro. It's not that hard.
I think you'd have a lot more fans that would come to Magic games, and I know a lot more people would go would head that way for sporting events in Tampa, no question.
Damn, Rick Scott scuttled our train. We voted for it, and we
so close. I come over for that. You have that unbelievable golf tournament. I've never been to Gasparilla. I'm not on a whim. I'd go check out Gasparilla. I'd love to.
Oh, it's next Saturday. Come on, come on down to the shit show. I got a spot for you. I got a perfect spot for you. So if you're interested, trust me, you need a plan. And I'll execute it for you. Come be our guest.
For you, that'd be good for you to do that. Yeah, that's cool.
All right. So let's top this off with a little bit more basketball talk here, because Paolo Banchero is a bona fide superstar. You know him. You talk with him. He seems like a great dude. A great. We actually have a shared marketing plan. I think it's Advent Health does a spot with Baker and Paulo in it. So that's great. That's bringing us together a little bit. What's he like? Tell me a little bit more about him.
Paulo's a great guy. He's kind of a quiet guy, more reserved, kind of keeps to himself, but he's a competitor. This guy wants to win, and he'll do whatever it takes. He is a superstar. He could go out and get 25, 28 points a night. He's having a career high rebounding the basketball. He's second among non-centers in rebounding because we need that. We need more effort on the glass. He's having a career year passing the basketball. He's getting people involved. He just wants to win. If he has to score 15 points a game, but we're a top 3 team in the East, that's what he'll do. He's not selfish. He's about his teammates. He's about the right things. He's about this community, which I think is awesome too. He badly, badly, badly wants to have a successful winning product here in Central Florida. And I think that's awesome. I think that's great for our fans here. He's loyal. All of his friends that he's kind of grown up with and his family. I mean, he's a big family guy. So he's about the right things. And I think if you're a sports fan and you're looking for one of these stars to kind of idolize or emulate, he's the guy. But he's a tireless worker, JP. I mean, this guy puts in the work, hours in the gym. Season ended. I think he took about a week off last year, and he's right back in the gym. He plays nonstop. He eats, lives, and breathes basketball. So I think that's what makes it so much fun to have him here. That's what I think. That's why he's got such a great following. Played at Duke, so you have all those Duke Blue Devil fans. They're going to follow him as well. But I think more than anything, to have a superstar that's about the right things and leads by example, we're very fortunate to have Paulo here in Central Florida.
Yeah, and this is a big game Saturday night, just in terms of the East, right? With the Cavs coming in. Yeah.
It is. And the last time they struggled and kind of got beat bad by Charlotte coming off a long road trip, they came back the very next night, beat Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. So I think that's what we're expecting. They didn't have their legs last night, so let's bounce back, get a good practice in here today, play a Cleveland team who you're neck and neck with in the standings. This is a big game when you look at playoff positioning here down the road, not to mention 2 years ago, the Magic took Cleveland to Game 7 in the first round. That's the other thing about Paulo. When the lights shine the brightest, when the biggest stage, the playoffs, Madison Square Garden, Los Angeles, whatever the case may be, he plays his best. He's a gamer, and he brings it on the biggest game. So no question, he'll be ready to go here tomorrow. Hopefully we get some good news. Maybe you get Jalen Suggs back. He's very close, and that would be a nice addition here tomorrow as well. But it's a Cleveland team that's going to try to kick Orlando while they're down a little bit, and it's a Magic team that desperately wants to get back on track here, and hopefully can bounce back against Cleveland. It'll be a great atmosphere for anybody that's interested in coming on down here. Would love to have you.
You know what? I think I'm going to be over there tomorrow, so I think we might come to the game tomorrow night.
I got you covered. Let me know. You let me know. Up. We'll get you taken care of. We'll get you squared away, and I don't know if I'll even do my best, see if I can get a T-shirt shot at you. We'll see what we can.
Wow. Whoa.
It's up to you to catch it. It's up to you to catch it. I can get one sent your direction.
Best hands in the history of South Broward High, baby.
Ooh, I like that. Very good.
Dante, thanks so much. We'll be watching for you guys. Great broadcast. I really enjoy watching you guys and the team as well. Saturday nights, MOR TV here locally, 7 o'clock. It's the Cavs. And you might even see me standing next to Dante in the arena.
Absolutely.
So right there.
Getting T-shirts shot at your face.
My glasses will have tape on them on.
Hey,
Monday.
if he wants to come fire the cannon, come on down.
Yes, I'm in.
Oh,
right,
now I'm firing cannons.
I'm in.
Fire the cannons.
Fire the cannons. That's right. Then we got our own version of it in Central Florida. That's right.
All right, Dante. Great talking with you. Hope you come back and we'll get this magic train rolling here in
Anytime.
Tampa.
Thanks for having me. Keep up the great work yourself, JP. Would love to have you, and hopefully we'll see you on Saturday. And for all of those tuning in Tampa, just enjoy it. We have a lot of fun on the broadcast. It's light.
Yes.
We try to bring as much information as we can, but we take it very serious as kind of the conduit between the players and the fans. So we're all about the viewers when we do these broadcasts. But thank you very much, JP, and we hope to talk to you soon.
Yeah, you guys are great. Great personalities. Love it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
There you go.
All right. That was fun. That was really fun. We're gonna.
How many Petermans would line up to shoot a T-shirt at your face?
At my face. That's a marketing ploy right there. We'll pack the house.
So raffle tickets for that for charity.
I love it. Yeah, I think we will. We might just go over there. I would love to see that game because I'm telling you, they put on coming from a person that works in entertainment and production at the Lightning. And of course, we won the Stanley for the best production. I can tell you, the Magic do a fantastic job. They really, really do. Even if you don't like just basketball, you just want to go for a party, it's a party. They got a DJ. They got the dancing girls are running around. If you like that stuff, Timmy, which I know you do. Yeah, it's a really good production. And so
why would you think that I'm into something like that?
Oh no. All right. I got to talk about this. So I don't know if you saw this at the Australian Open. There's this little dweeb from the New York Times that is asking all the American players, hey, how do you square representing your country as an American with all that's going on in America and Trump's second term and the turmoil? Like, how is it? Can you talk about what it's like to represent? Is it hard?
I think
the presumption of the question.
The exact words he used were, are you embarrassed or ashamed of your country?
Yeah.
Talk
And
about losing your credentials.
Yeah. You want to talk about, listen, what happened with Liam Cohen and that nice, lovely lady from Jacksonville pales in comparison to this bullshit. And you want to talk about a person that should have their credentials revoked. Listen, if the players want to make a political statement, you could ask a question, certainly that is not presupposing through your political bias, little dweeb Canadian that you are. That's not journalism. I know that's kind of become that in you see it in the White House press corps, these politically agenda-driven questions. When you go to journalism school, the first thing they teach you is objectivity and to tell both sides of the story. And to never let your political bias be detected. I mean, you guys might not know this, but back in the day, nobody knew how Walter Cronkite voted. Nobody knew what his politics were. And that's the way it's supposed to be. Now, this jackass.
He covered all the politics, too.
Yeah. This jackass is going in there, and why there's not an uproar about this guy getting his credentials revoked, I don't know. Because that's just disgusting, and it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. If it were reversed, I would be like, yeah, I don't. If a player wants to talk about it, you can ask a simple question. Do you have a, obviously you're representing a country in these you're playing under a flag. What are your thoughts about that? Simple as that. You don't have to make any and first of all, I don't need you talking about politics.
To me, that's even inappropriate in that setting.
Yeah, I agree.
A freaking major.
But to make a political statement during your question, and I mean, just get out of here with that. And the New York Times and the Athletic should be ashamed of themselves because that's not what sports is about. Let's keep the thing the thing. And that dude.
And you know what? I would send that message not just to journalists, but I would send that message to athletes. No one cares about your political standing in your country or anyone else's. We are here to watch you play tennis. We are here to watch you play golf. We are here to watch you play football, whatever. I don't need to hear about your political statements. That's not why I like you or why I don't. That is not the place or the time.
These athletes have a tremendous platform on their social media, right? A tremendous platform. And I've always said, I want, if an athlete wants to have a political stance and use his platform I have no problem with that.
Yep.
But it's time and place.
Yep.
You can let's keep it to your Instagram. So if people follow you for who you are and your personality, they can get that. If you want to do it on the field of play in the uniform that you're in, I don't have time for that. I just don't think that's a mix. Whatever your political persuasion is, I would rather we just keep it. Now there's a difference to me between nationalism. If you want to run out of the tunnel with a flag, with an American flag, I think that's cool. We want to do the national anthem. That's cool. That's fine with me.
You're basically watching the Olympics.
Yeah. The other day at the national championship game the other day, they showed one shot of Trump during the national anthem, and that was it.
Yep.
I think it's acknowledge that the president's here. We don't need to see it. That's it. As much as and thank you ESPN for not showing me Michael Irvin all night. And they pretty much tried to keep him out of the coin toss as well, and I appreciate that. Let's keep
hard.
the thing. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, is somebody going to tell Michael Irvin he's not playing tonight? So
probably could have.
Yeah, the less politics in our sports, the better. And that's leading questions like that should definitely equal credential revocation. Permanent. Yeah. As far as that goes. Yeah. Richie and I don't agree politically, but I'll definitely put this up. Unfortunately, we turned the corner about having shame for anything anymore. Yeah, that's kind of true.
I feel like that works both ways.
Yeah. I could hear the estrogen in that reporter's voice. Beam me up, Scotty. Yes, Andre, all day. I know you're probably talking about basketball, but just from this world we live in, yes. If there is going to be a reckoning, you want to come pick me up now? If you're taking me to a safe place, yes, come get me. I'm all for the rapture right about now. If you'd like to come down and get us, please take me away. Andre Alday asked, do you think the Magic will make the playoffs this year? Yeah, they're in the 6th spot. And as Dante said, they're 2 games out of 3rd. They're definitely making the playoffs this year. As they did last year, it was an unceremonious get the hell out of here. But they need to get Suggs back, and they need to get Wagner healthy and get Bane playing some better defense. And I think they could be a threat. I really do. This game with the Cavs is a nice measuring stick. So yeah.
Hey, what's funny about the NBA, JP? Of course, everybody knows my thoughts on the NBA. And I was not nearly about to mention anything with Dante on the air. But I will say this. As you mentioned, as the LeBron, Kevin Durant era sort of comes to an end, especially the LeBron era. By the way, fans are turning on him left and right because people are finally seeing what he's really been doing the whole time.
You see the remarks I don't know if they were remarks or they were reports about how they wanted to get rid of LeBron, and he was,
So back in the 90s,
not a shock.
You'll remember this, JP. The NBA had a really cool ad campaign. NBA action. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And it was, man, 80s and 90s NBA, that's my NBA, right?
Yeah.
Even though I was dealing with the Mavericks team that won 10 to 20 games a year, I was still in on the NBA.
Showtime Lakers were one of my favorite teams ever. In fact, I would say Miami Dolphins, 72 team.
Sure.
My favorite ever. I grew up with them.
I hated the Celtics back then too.
FSU 93, 99, and 2013.
I liked watching the Lakers. I hated the Lakers towards the end of the 80s because they kept knocking the Mavericks out of the Western Conference Finals in their run during their run. But all of that to say this, the farther we get from the LeBron era as it's closing, I feel like the NBA is getting back to that, right? It's for the fans again.
Yeah.
Productions in the arenas is sort of back. It's not woke. It's not, it's, for lack of a better term. I know I'm very good friends with the guy that runs the PA system and the music and everything for the Mavericks and Stars games at the AAC. We've had several conversations that, man, I'm under strict orders not to play certain things, not to say certain things. As of this past off season, we just had a beer the other night. He's like, hey, I'm kind of getting back to where I'm allowed to be myself on the air and with the music and stuff. He goes, those restrictions that I've had for 15 years are weirdly going away. I got a memo. And I'm like, well, what specifically? He's just like, well, they're not afraid of things anymore. Like, they would rather everybody have fun. And if they have to apologize to a group of people later, they're okay with that now.
Wow.
So I feel like the NBA as a league, as a product, is getting back to being about the fans, not about 2 or 3 star players in the league that run the whole damn thing. And that's good. That's absolutely. So that's why I'm sort of slowly climbing back on board, right? Luka's in LA now. Great. We got Cooper Flagg here. We got a balsa wood Anthony Davis. And they're trying to ship him out. It's going to be next year because he's going to be hurt the rest of the year again. But you know what, man? I'm all in on my Mavs. I'm going to reboot back up my Dallas Mavericks Daily Blitz that I haven't done in a long time. We're going to start doing that here on the network. And, if we start talking Orlando Magic here on the show, I'm all in, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, we are. It's here. And it's not going to take your Bucs or your Rays or Lightning away. Don't worry. But I think it's a nice little ad. I really do. Andre Alday says, if push comes to shove, a Tampa or Hillsborough politician will be in favor of using public funds for the new Rays stadium. Yes. Listen, and this is where I think this is going, folks. And this is why I've been on this since day one. Follow the money. Look, it's always been a better idea for this team to be in Hillsborough County. Hell, when the Rays were first born, Major League Baseball, Bud Selig even let it slip out and said, yeah, eventually the stadium will be in Tampa. We all knew that the Tropicana Field was an obsolete stadium in an obsolete location for a baseball stadium. But we did it. We got it. We got the team because it was here. 25 years, 30 years, it's going to be there. And now we move on to something more amenable to the entire area and better. It's a natural progression. It's organic. It's perfect. And yeah, it's going to be a heavy lift for the city of Tampa and Hillsborough County, but well worth it. Well worth it, in my opinion. And everything that comes along with it. The days of just building a stadium are over. It's not just what you're getting. You're getting a public area to gather. You're getting a village to bring people together, as sports does so well. And it is a public benefit. And it's going to be a fair deal, a public-private partnership that works for everybody. Everybody has to sacrifice. Everybody has to pay for it, and everybody gets the rewards. And you read this column about, how bad it's going to be for Hillsborough College. When you talk to the people from Hillsborough College, they're like, we're getting new buildings, we're getting internships. There's going to be agreements for jobs in this area for our students. Like, why do you immediately think it's going to be a bad thing? When you write John Hill, when you write your stupid columns, let's look at the benefits for the students. And then let's not lie about it hastily prepared that only 3 people showed up. No, only 3 people cared. Maybe you're in the wrong place. Maybe most of the people see this as, this is good. I don't need to come up to this meeting and bitch about it because it's all good. God, media would, can we actually report that? So, yeah, we'll close with that. Like, this is a good thing. Listen, the details are important. And until we see the funding, we can't say it's a good thing. I mean, if they come in here and they want $1 billion up front and that's the only, just like Stu, then no. And we got to let them walk. I can't believe this group has come this far and has this much support from the governor to the mayor to the city council, county, all this support. Everybody's lining up in a positive way, except for the Times. And it's not going to get done. To Andre's point, listen, when the push comes to shove, what are you going to vote? To send the Rays to Orlando? I don't think so. And this to the owners. To the owners. don't come in here asking for a blank check and all the money up front, because that's not cool and it doesn't work. Let's make sure this is a public-private partnership over years where everybody gets paid and everybody is whole. And it's a plus for everybody. Because if it's not, then I'm not going to be for it. I'm not. And nobody else will either. So, and they know that. They know that. This is not stew. This is not stew. And we'll get there. We'll get there. All right, partner. Anything else we missed?
Do you want to see this Tristan Wirfs meme?
Oh, yeah.
I think that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
It's just a picture of Cam Jordan with Wirfs watching TV inside his head. It says rent free.
What he said was so stupid. You know, this guy's lauded as the next great, NFL commentator. He's just, no, you're not. You're not. All offensive linemen are not skilled and they're fat. Yeah. Yeah. But you. Oh, yeah. Next time you get around Tristan Wirfs will be your first time, bro.
And I mean, according to the TV commercial, he smells like hot dog water anyway.
Maybe that's a secret, his superpower. Smells so bad that nobody wants to block him. Yeah. All right. We'll be going to the Magic game tomorrow night. That'll be fun. I'll report back to you on that. Anything breaks this weekend, we will obviously be around on social media to talk about it. Timmy, great job. Thanks to Dante as well. That was really fun talking basketball. What a great guy. What a great dude.
He is a good dude.
Yeah. So we'll do that some more. And don't forget MOR TV tomorrow night, 7:00. You can watch the Magic. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you on Monday.
Yes.